is up? What is good? How's it going? My name is Maya and welcome to my Booktube channel. Apologies for the glare in my glasses. This is going to be my first official sit down chat kind of video. The one prior to this was a vlog. This one probably should have been first, but we're not gonna talk about those details. So today we are going to be doing the Booktube Newbie Tag. Stop falling. I'm not 100% sure if this was originally his idea, but I'm the first person I saw make a video with this tag was Fictional Fates. I'll put his picture somewhere. We'll figure that ish out. But yeah, so I'm just gonna be reading off the questions that he kind of talked about in his video and then answering them obviously with my own answers because that's how tags work. Anyway, question number 1. Why did you start your channel? So I've always, literally for years, I've wanted to make a Booktube channel. My sophomore year of high school, freshman or sophomore, I discovered Booktube. And I was fascinated because it was a whole part of YouTube where it was people who loved to read and they just talked about books and different things that they loved about books and authors. And I was like, bro, what? There's people online who actually read for fun too? It was just a concept that I loved. With me getting all this time and stuff, I just graduated from college and then we got, quarantined and all that good jazz. So I decided, why not? This would be a great time to start my Booktube channel. And then, as a Black female, I feel like there could definitely be more of us here on Booktube. Why not be one of the Black people who are trying to make Booktube more diverse? So here I am. What's good? Question 2. What are some fun and unique things you can bring to Booktube? I have a different perspective on different situations and scenarios than a lot of my friends. So I feel like I can bring my opinions and stuff to this platform. Also, I am a writer. That's what I went to school for. I went to school for creative writing, and I want to bring you along on my writing journey because I'm currently working on a graphic novel series for a story that I've been working on since the 8th grade. I feel like if I document it and go along this journey with you guys and talk to you guys about it, you'll encourage me to keep going, and I'll be more motivated to keep writing because I won't just be doing it just for me. I'll be doing it because people will actually hopefully want to be reading it, and so they'll be like, have you been working on it? When is it coming out? Kind of situation. Question 3. What are you most excited about for this channel? For this channel, I am most excited to learn more about the Booktube publishing author world because I learned a lot, like I said, from school, but I feel like it'll be more of a kind of a hands-on kind of situation in doing Booktube. And if my channel gets big enough, then I'll get to interact with people in the industry, and that's so fascinating. Question number 4. Why do you love reading? This is gonna probably be a very generic answer, but I love reading because it's an escape, when I'm sitting down with a good book that I'm enjoying, it transports me to another place. I don't have to be thinking about any of my problems in real life. I can just sit here with these words and imagine a world where things are either more complicated but in a fun way or more simple in order to calm myself down from the stresses of real life, because real world is kind of trash right now, but I digress. We're gonna sit here with this beautiful book and just laugh and smile and just be one with this world in the palm of your hands, Question 5. What book or series got you into reading? Just give me 1 second. This beauty right here. Yes, he's a little beat up, but yes, while most of my friends and classmates and everyone else in the world was trying to get into Hogwarts and waiting for their Hogwarts letter. Your girl was straight up trying to figure out which god of Greek mythology was her other parent. Despite having both of my parents in my household, I had to be a half-blood. Like, there's no effing way that I'm not a half-blood. Yeah, like, Percy Jackson was the first, like, thicker book that I read as a child. Like, I read this when I was 12 years old, and it was life-changing because I had seen the movie and I thought the movie was really good at the time. You know, I was a naive individual, but yeah, I had watched the movie and I was like, wow, cool. And then I found it like a couple weeks later in my school library, and so I grabbed it, took it home. I had never in my life stayed up late reading a book, but I stayed up so late to the light of my closet while everyone else was like trying to go to sleep, reading this book, because I was like, I have to know what happens. I remember that moment vividly, sitting in the closet of my room at my grandma's house, reading this book, trying to finish it, and I was just entranced by the story and how it's about a 12-year-old boy traversing America to get to the underworld. Like, what? Like, how even? Like, I'd never read anything like that before this, and it was the best thing I had ever read, and it is still one of my favorite books, and I feel that it still holds up because I've reread it like 4 or 5 times now, and I love it. This book and the rest of the series is so much fun, and you will be hearing me talk about Percy Jackson and the rest of Rick Riordan's books a lot on this channel, the way a lot of booktubers talk about their favorite books non-stop. That is going to be me with probably anything that Rick Riordan puts out, because I love all the characters I've ever read by him. Let me rephrase. I love all the protagonists that he's ever written, and I love how well written every character in the series is. There we go, because there are characters that I will not stand for. Octavian can catch my hands. Question 6. What questions would you ask your favorite booktubers? So I watch a bunch of booktubers. I wouldn't say it's a lot, but I do watch a bunch of them, and I discover new ones like daily. I guess a top question, like I think the number one question I would have for like any booktubers, not just my favorites, is how do you edit? Like, what things do you cut from your raw footage? How do you connect things kind of seamlessly and make it not too choppy and ugly? Because I realized when trying to edit my reading vlog for the reading rush, it was quite choppy and it was kind of rough. But yeah, that's a question. And I think for another booktuber, Sasha Alsberg, she was the very first booktuber I had ever watched. How do you balance booktube and writing a book? Because as I said earlier, I'm writing a book. I'm gonna be trying to write multiple books, but I'm also doing things like working on dialogue and story for a game with some friends from school. And then I'm also gonna be running my own social media so that I can grow my own platform. It's like, when I tell you that I've been low-key stressing, it's not a joke, because I've actually been high-key stressing, but we're gonna calm down and be okay. For Naya Reads and Smiles, I love her. Naya, you are a beautiful human being, and I love that you also very much like Percy Jackson and Rick Riordan. I don't know, can you give a newbie some advice? This question is for Emma Books. She is my top favorite booktuber just because I just love how her videos are. I guess my thing is like, how do you come up with so many ideas based around Shadowhunters? Because like, I haven't read it personally, but I know that's like your favorite series. Like the Shadowhunter universe is like your favorite series, and you managed to make somewhat unique and still fun videos based around these books. Like, so how do you do that? Because I know for a fact I'm going to be talking about Percy Jackson a lot, like a lot on this channel, because it's my favorite series, and like it's probably going to be what I compare a lot of things to. but I want to be able to kind of do what you do and make it still fresh and not repetitive every time I talk about it. So that's where we're at here. 7. What challenges do you think starting a booktube channel will be hardest to overcome? I think the hardest thing about starting a booktube channel that I'm gonna have to overcome is I don't like when people don't like me. Like I'm not used to that kind of feeling. Being able to cope with negative comments and seeing like people dislike my videos, like I think that's gonna be something that I'm gonna have to mentally and emotionally prepare for and just kind of be okay with, because some people are trash, just period, and they're not willing to give you constructive criticism because they are that trash person. But it be like that. This is the platform I've chosen to be me on, so hopefully we can get through it and just kind of make a difference and just vibe here on this beautiful place and spread good vibes and love for books and life here on this channel. Question number 8. When did you start reading? So I've been reading honestly since like they taught me to read, but like when I was younger, like I'd say before 6th grade, I only really read because they made me read in school. Like I never really wanted to be reading. It was just like, oh, like you need to be literate, so you got to do it. But then I got to 8th grade. I had moved schools, and the friends that I had made loved reading. I met somebody who loved Percy Jackson as much as I did, and we hit it off, and so the group of people I was around loved reading, and so it made me love reading more because I could talk to them about it. And so we just, after that, it just kind of steamrolled, and it became just like I'm reading because I want to read, not because I'm being forced to read, you know? Question number 9. Where do you read? Everywhere and nowhere. No, but like I can read on my phone, I can listen to audiobooks, I can have a physical book. I'll read inside, outside, on a plane, in the car, like wherever I can be reading, I probably will be reading, unless I just for whatever reason don't feel like it. But I guess like my favorite places to read are like just cozy little corners. Like I'll read in my bed, but like super like squished in the corner of my bed against the wall with a blanket wrapped around me and like a light shining down so I could read. If it's like a cozy little small place, I'll probably find a reason to read in that spot. Whether it's convenient or not, I'll find a way. Just wait till Christmas, wait till December. I'm gonna be in a constant state of reading. My watch just told me to stand, but I'm not gonna, because I'm busy. So take that. I guess this is the final question. What kind of books do you like to read? Well, if you look at my book collection, which is not very big, I'd like to read YA specifically, because you know, for most of my reading career, I've been a young adult. But I'd say that my specific genre of reading is anything Rick Riordan. First of all, I will literally read anything he's written. Genre-wise, I love urban fantasy because I love anything that can jazz up the real world kind of situation. But then I like dystopian and stuff like that, and then sci-fi, and occasionally I will read a YA contemporary story, because you know, like this, just look at the vibe of this outfit. Like it is currently summertime, and like everyone's like, for whatever reason, summertime is just the time for YA contemporaries. But again, I guess that makes sense because most of them take place in the summertime. But yeah, those are the main ones I like to read. I'll probably try reading anything. So yeah, that's where I'm at. But yeah, that kind of brings us to the end of these questions. I'm very excited to continue sharing my reading and writing journey with you guys. Give me any advice you might have. Send me some good vibes and I will send you some back. I will see you guys next time, and thank you for watching. If you like what you see, please give it a thumbs up wherever that is on the screen, down there. And if you want to see my face again, please subscribe and hit that bell so that you can know when I post. Yeah, thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.